What's up, guys? Army-Firedawg is back again, trying to keep them rolling, trying to get caught up, and doing my best at it. But anywho, today I actually have the review time, finally, of one of the products I got way back when, and that is of the Audio-Technica Portable Headphone Amplifier 100, or also known as AT-PHA100. This little guy at MSRP retails for about $550, but you can easily find these on Amazon or other sites for roughly about $350 to $400, somewhere in that range. And that price is kind of important, which I'll touch on to later in the review. But anywho, as always, I like to start with the construction of which. And the construction, just like in the unboxing video, is just spot on. Every bit of this is just aluminum. It's very, very competent built. It's firm. I mean, it's lightweight. This is exactly what you would want in a portable amplifier or any kind of portable unit. It's lightweight. It's compact. Easily fits in a hand. It's about the same size as your normal audio player. This is my LMP P3, Luxury and Precision L3, excuse me. And it just fits very nicely on that. It's and this is the average DAP size. And it's also the same with the new X5 Gen 3 I got into review. Fits very nicely on that as well. On the front, you have the portable headphone amplifier AT-PHA100, and this is a very nice touch. It adds a little bit of luxury to it. I really do enjoy that. Directly under which you have your battery indicator. Over here you have battery. This means your internal battery, the battery that's built inside, which on that note is very, very impressive, which I will actually touch on to later in the features setting. On the other side, you have PC. This is if you wanted to drive it from your computer or a wall source, something along that nature, it could do that. Then over here, this is your charge or digital input. This does have a built-in DAC, which also I will touch on to later in the features setting. But this is where you would connect that into. On the right side, you have your very, very butter and linear volume knob. This is built very well. It's super smooth. It's very quiet, and like I said, very linear. You have your power indicator right here. This just simply says if it's on or off. And then your sampling LED indicator here. This is a really cool feature. It has 5 different color LEDs, which again, I will touch on to in the feature setting coming up. Moving on to the back, you have the Audio-Technica logo, of course, your headphone output, so this goes from the amp to the headphones, your analog input, like say if you were just running from the DAC with a little small interconnect cable, you would use this DAC. Not this one, you would use this one, and you would just connect to the analog input here. But moving on, you have the source input, so if you want to run digital, you select here, so this would actually activate the built-in DAC, turn it on, or analog, so it's just running just the amplifier inside. And then very lastly, you have your gain, simply high and low. Pretty much for 250 ohms and down, I went with low gain. Above 250 ohms of impedance, I used high gain. So the only thing I really used high gain for is the Sennheiser HD650s, but I kind of touched with it on the Audio-Technica AT-PHA100s. Now moving on to the features, as I just mentioned. So the features of which is actually really cool, and the battery life is very, very long. On analog only mode, and I can't 100% confirm against this exact number because I didn't necessarily time every single instance. I will say though that the battery life that Audio-Technica claims I can pretty much concur with, because I hardly ever charged this during the entirety I had this. I only had to charge a handful of times, but I digress. On analog only mode, which is you're using like a DAP's DAC, not this one, analog only mode, it gets right around 14 hours, which is what it says, and I can about concur. Then on digital mode, so you're actually using the built-in DAC, it gets roughly about 6 hours. Again, mine lasted a long time. I never could quite time exactly, but that seems to be about the right time frame. Moving on to the DAC, and actually I'll combine the DAC and the LED indicator because they both go hand in hand. Set that down for a second. So the LED indicator, you have 5 different colors. You have red, green, blue, purple, and orange. and I'm going off memory, so just bear with me. I will leave the exact numbers in my written review, which of course will be linked in the description box down below. I highly recommend you check that out. Anywho, for red, you are 56 to 98 kilohertz PCM. Green, you are 176.4 or 192 kilohertz. Blue, you are 384 kilohertz or 392 kilohertz PCM. It's the main upper twos. It's the 300, something way up there. And then purple is DSD 64 and orange is DSD 128. So those are the 5 colors. The only one I'm really iffy about is on the blue. I think I have those 2 numbers incorrect, but again, the correct numbers will be in my written review, which will be linked in the description. Finally, moving on to the aspect that pretty much all of y'all care about, and that is the sound. So how does the portable headphone amplifier sound? Overall, I am quite impressed with the sound of it in the price range that you can find them for if you shop around, which is again between the $350 to $400 price range. Right now on Amazon, I checked, it's around $391 from Audio-Technica. Again, just shop around a little bit, you can probably find it a bit cheaper. Anywho's, it's a very, very transparent sound. It offered, to my ears, very little to no bias at all for the sound characteristics. Whatever headphone I'm listening to, that particular sound signature is shown through. Its power supply is very, very respectable. It powered every headphone I've put through it from the time I got this headphone to, well, obviously now. Now, granted, I never had any headphones that required a small sun, but from like my HD 650s on the higher impedance, that's actually about as high as impedance resistance I had headphones. But I also had some rather insensitive headphones like the W5000s that are not that sensitive. They take some juice to really bring out what they can do. The Audio-Technica AT-PHA100 did wonders for any of those. With that said, however, on more sensitive products such as my Empire Ears Hermes 6, there was a notable hiss, or precisely a higher pitched hum. When you had music playing, of course, it did kind of die it down or overlay it some, but it was still present nonetheless. And for something like this product, at MSRP, that's completely unacceptable at $550 to have any kind of sound for my sensitive products. Now, on the $350 to $400 price range, that's about average. I only have a very small handful of products that I have tried, whether it be reviewed or just was able to listen to briefly, that gave me a pitch dark background for my super sensitive Empire Ears. And that's the only super sensitive products I've been able to try, but I would imagine it'd be similar with others as well. Moving on to the DAC side of the sound. The built-in DAC is a very nice feature that is convenient that Audio-Technica implemented in the PHA100. I say it's convenient because, unfortunately, it's not the best DAC in the world. Now, it goes 2 ways. In terms of detail retrieval, it's actually pretty good. It retrieves just about any bit of detail you'd have in music. I did not feel like I was missing out on any small notes or instruments in the background that even my shit Bifrost or any of my other DAPs would have picked up. I didn't get that sense. However, when using the PHA100's DAC, the soundstage was notably smaller, and then with that, the instrument separation also came together quite a bit more. This became really evident, and it's not instruments, but on the Pentatonix Daft Punk, they all sounded like they were standing like this to each other, when they're pretty spaced out on about any other sound, on about any other system I listen to. So usually, like a vast majority of time, in fact, never, so when I have a DAP, I will always just run analog mode and just use the DAC that's inside my digital audio player I'm using. In fact, the only time I have used the DAC is when I'm using it with my computer, because it does have a lot better DAC than on my cheapo HP something cheap model. Anywho, but the DAC is not the main focus of this product. As I say, it doesn't say anywhere on here portable headphone amplifier and DAC. It just says, or no combi unit, no DAC amp. It just says portable headphone amplifier. The DAC is just a, hey, if you don't have one, we'll give you one to give you that better sound until you can get a DAC or a better digital audio player. And that is a awesome aspect that Audio-Technica implemented into this product that I'm really grateful for. I truly am. In the price range that you can find these for if you shop around a little bit. In conclusion of the Audio-Technica, their portable headphone amplifier 100, I'm very satisfied with this amp. I have truly enjoyed my time with it this last unacceptable 6 months. But its sound is very transparent, very unbiased, accurate portable amplifier, i.e. the solid state. I strongly concur, at least try out the AT-PHA100. It has ample power. It truly does. Its volume is very linear, so there's no giant skips that gets to be present, and its battery life is incredible. Very, very nice. Let me rephrase that, in the price range you can find them for if you shop around. So somewhere between the $350 to $400 range, brand new. The $550 price point, I will be honest, is quite a bit more than I would justify this price you can get it. I think that is quite a bit too high. Guys, that is actually it for the review of the Audio-Technica Portable Headphone Amplifier Model 100. If you have any questions, or if you think there's anything I may have missed, please hit me up in the comments down below. I will certainly and happily reply to every single one of you. I'm trying to get back on a quicker schedule. It's still taking me a few days to get to you, but I am doing my best. And also, I do have a question I would like to, just like my last video I asked what kind of music you like to listen to review. What kind of portable setup do you guys run? I've seen some incredible setups on HeadFi. This one gentleman, in fact, has a giant case is about this big. Screen's probably not going to give that scale, but it's about 8 to 10 inches long. It's like a mail sack, and he has a DAC, preamp, power supply cleaner, a power amp, digital audio player, and it's just like 5 different units. And I'm like, that's a portable setup. And he says he's been running that for a while. So that got me interested. I was like, well, what do you guys use? This is about as much as I'd ever use right here. And this does me amazing. This is powered anything I've driven with it. But now, how about you guys? But anywho, that is it for the video. If you did like the video, or if it helped you out at all, please hit that like button. I do strongly and greatly appreciate that support. It's through your guys' support and coming back and just interaction with me that I've been able to get these products to listen to and to review for you. It's through your all support in doing that and interacting with me that I've been able to get all these products to review for you. And that keeps me wanting to reach out my name and go for products more specifically what you all have requested. There's still a ton of them, like the MSR7 and a couple other DAPs and earphones especially that a lot of you have requested. I have not forgot about them. I'm just trying to find how I can get a review sample of it. But just put them in the comments below, like the video, or even share to someone you think I may be able to help. I do appreciate that. But guys, as always, my name is Army-Firedawg. It has truly been a pleasure, but most importantly, and please I ask of you all, my friends, stay safe.